Hello everyone, it's glad to see you all in the screen. Actually, to be frank, I'm super excited about today's forum with y'all. Before I step into the session, I would like request y'all to introduce yourself one by one. Here, myself, Kasturi Paranjodi, as a moderator and also as a panel who's going to talk about the aspect of you as a teacher who have experience of teaching around 6 years of time. In the next.
Hello everyone, my name is Sharmini. I'm a lecturer with 4 years of experience. Thank you.
So hi everyone, good evening. My name is Felicia Anagligan. I will be as a student.
Hi, Miss and everyone. It's my pleasure to introduce myself to you all. My name is Shashmitanji Kolakandan. I'm a student. Thank you.
Hi, my name is Muhammad Nishari Bezakaria. I as a parent. Thank you.
Wow, that's great. Let's begin the session. As you know, differentiation involves the way that teachers respond to the needs of all students. Generally, this is thoughts of being about providing multiple access points or way of offering informations so that students with different needs can learn and grow. So based on the above statement, we are here to discuss the need for differentiated instruction in the classroom in the view of a teacher, student, lecturer, as well as the parents. So first, as a teacher, I would like to share my thoughts with you all. So as you know, DI is a framing or constructing of lesson plan or activity according to the student's interest, need, and academic strengths. In my opinion, DI is important because it built a strong foundation of quality curriculum or education. Let's go back to our olden days. We as a student have learned what is instructed in the book, and it is a must to follow the instruction from the teacher. To be frank, it is a teacher's classroom and it was a teacher's classroom where everything was taken control by the teacher and the book. We used to be a robot who grasped all the instruction in our medulla oblongata, which is brain. But now, differentiated instruction allowed us for personalized learning experience by adapting lessons and activity to suit each student's learning styles and preference. Teachers can create different classroom environments where all learners feel valued and supported. And now this will become as our classroom. And this foster a positive attitude towards learning and encourage students to take ownership on their own education. So if anyone have question, you can ask me. Thank you.
Miss Kasturi, I would like to ask you about your view on interest in learning or love of learning.
Thank you, Ms. Shamini. Education is not about acquiring knowledge. It's about instilling a love for learning for your lifetime. When students are given a freedom to pursue their passions, they become more motivated and enthusiastic learner. Differentiated instruction cultivate the empathy among students as they learn to appreciate and respect each other's unique strength and also their challenge. It creates a supportive classroom community where collaboration thrives, enabling students to learn from each other. So, to inspire a love of learning through differentiated instruction, teachers must be flexible in their instructional strategies. They should continue assess the student's progress and adjust the lesson plan accordingly. Furthermore, teachers should provide the opportunities for the students for self-reflection so that students also can monitor their own growth and progression. That's all from my side. Thank you. So now, as a moderator, I would like to call upon Miss Felicia to share her view as a student. Thank you.
So okay, thank you, Miss Kasturi. So based on my experience as a student, one of a reasonable reason and why different teaching is necessary in the classroom is to further diversify the way of learning when in class. This is because as a student to learn a difficult subject, it is very worrying about what content will be learned from time to time. So holding differentiated instruction that is made by the teacher in the classroom can help the student to teach the student personally so that the student can slowly understand what is learned in the class. Not only that, as a student, sitting the test or quiz given by the teacher to see our level of understanding in the class can also help students who have a variety of abilities and ways of learning. This is because through the scoring of the quiz given, the teacher can provide teaching materials to students with different abilities, and perhaps the teacher has created a group of students who feel comfortable when learning with a group that has the same talent in the class, and later on accidentally resulted in the best learning achievement.
That's great to hear from you, Miss Felicia. To be frank, it's really hard to be a student because the student is the person who going to get the advantage or disadvantage on whatever we are executing in the classroom. So, Miss Felicia, alternative forms of assessments like projects, presentations of portfolios, really helping out the students' progressions.
Okay, alternative assessment allowed for greater creativity and self-expression. Project and presentation enable students to showcase their knowledge in unique ways, fostering critical thinking skill and encouraging independent learning. Additionally, portfolio offer a comprehensive view of and student growth over time. It is important to strike a balance between this method and traditional exam to ensure an accurate evaluation of student progression. That's all, Miss Kasturi.
Thank you for your clarification and also good explanation. It's nice to have you here. Thank you. So now I would like to give a chance to Ms. Shamini to come up with the thoughts on the needs for the differentiated instruction as a lecturer. Thank you.
Thank you, Ms. Kasturi. Indeed, in my experiences as a lecturer, the need for differentiated instruction is evident and important for creating an inclusive environment. I encounter students with diverse background, abilities, and learning preferences. By incorporating differentiated instruction strategies, I believe that I promote inclusivity, ensuring that every student feels valued and accommodated in the learning process. One aspect that stands out in my own experiences is the recognition of diverse learning styles among the students. Some learners thrive in visual presentation. So, as a lecturer, I use a lot of slides, charts, diagrams, and videos in my lectures. This helps visual learners to absorb information more effectively. At the same time, others excel in discussion. I allow my students to engage in group discussion or present their understanding orally. For subjects that involve practical skills, I incorporate lab cases and fieldwork. Differentiated instruction allows lecturers like me to adapt teaching methods to cater these various styles, providing multiple avenues for my students to access and understand the material.
Shamini, you have come up with the great thoughts. Actually, from your view, I remember the multiple intelligence theories, which also taught us the diverse learning. This means each and every student will have their own intelligent pace to grasp their own concept. So lecturers or teachers should bring up the lessons according to their need and ability. So Ms. Shamini, what do you think about diversity in students' skill?
Well, the diversity in student skills levels cannot be overlooked. I've noticed that my students have different skill levels. Some students need more help understanding the basics, while some other students need challenging materials to keep them engaged. As a lecturer, I would say differentiated instruction enables me to address by providing additional resources for further exploration. For example, for students who need more basic knowledge, I provide a glossary of key terms, simplified version of complex explanation, interactive tutorials, practice problems with varying levels of difficulty, and supplemental readings or videos. This helps them to catch up with a solid foundation in the material. For advanced students, I assign more challenging problems, encourage independent research, provide opportunities for presentation, and encourage students to connect the material to current events. This approach can foster a more inclusive and engaging learning environment, empowering students to reach their full potential. This helps my students stretch their mind and reach their full potential. I can ensure that each of my students in my class is engaged and has the opportunity to grow academically. Thank you.
Many thanks for the views, and I appreciate I appreciate it a lot. Thank you for being here. So now, Ms. Sasmita, can you share your ideas on the needs of the DI as a student? Thank you.
Thank you, Ms. Kastri. I think it's a crucial to provide differentiated instruction in the classroom based on my own experience as a student. In my opinion, the learning ability, preferences, and style of each student varies. Different students learn in different ways. Some are visual learners, some are auditory learners. In order to ensure that all students have an effective understanding, my teacher implemented differentiated instruction for this variety of styles. As a result, we were approached differently by our teacher in mathematics. For example, with the use of abacus simple. For whoever still didn't understand, she utilized chocolates, cards for basic mathematical calculation. Furthermore, she taught us how to perform addition of multiplication in mathematics to memorize and ease the memory process. Moreover, my science teacher used a variety of techniques to make the memory process easier during my school days. I can give one of the examples. She explained to us first that students need to know where body parts are located. Then she explained each of the body parts function. She explained to us how this connects every part of the body. The teachers usually use charts and pictures, but my teacher she used herself and hers. On the other hand, she continued to use visual chart and image approaches for some slow learners. So I think only the ability of each student can be identified when teachers use differential instruction in the classroom. So the teacher will be able to plan accordingly. Furthermore, actually around 35 people are in my classroom. So some of them are smart, others moderate, and some slow to learn. My class teacher planned and arranged us to sit according to multiple intelligences. Actually, it was sad that I had to separate myself from my school friends. However, in order to meet the needs of moderate and slow learners, such strategies could be helpful. We could be able to clarify our doubts on the subject and topics beyond the teachers. So we could be helped through the sharing of knowledge by smart students. I think this was also contribute to a more inclusive and supportive environment in the classroom.
Happy to hear from you, Ms. Shashmita. As you shared different methodologies of teaching, and what is the final outcome of students of those days are still a question mark all among us. So when you said about the abacus, I would like to share my personal experience as an abacus student. So actually, mental arithmetic abacus learning has given me a wide changes in my mathematics subjects. So since the day I started to learn it, my maths marks have been in the category of distinction till the schooling. So here I would like to thank my dad for guiding me to go through this path because he made my learning style easier and more comfortable. So these kind of differentiated instructions are still welcome by the students actually. So Miss Sasmita, is there any cases where you feel that a teacher should implement differentiated instruction during the learning process?
Yes, the most hated subject during my Form 1 school days was history. I think that was a subject I did not like the most because I had been praying that the teacher wouldn't be taking our class. But better she took leave. Personally, it seemed to me that her teaching approach should be improved because it has not ever been explained like a story by her. She has always been reading what is in the textbook because so that I feel like sleepy. Unfortunately, I'd almost been let down or failed in this area due to this situation. So I'd like to share on my literature teachers teaching methods in order to English, Malay, and Tamil literatures to be understood easily. My teachers used a storytelling method. To understand what each character in the novel was, she had used a combination of visual and image materials. So I think that method made us enjoyable on learning. Hence, it seems to me that my history teacher should use this strategy in order to have an effective learning process. So, thank you.
Thank you for the patience in explaining and clarifying the questions. I'm glad to have you here. Thank you.
Thank you.
So the next, I would like to call Mr. Sharif to share his view as a parent. Thank you.
Thank you, Kasturi. As a parent, I think making the learning process effective in very teaching is the main focus of every education. A learning atmosphere based on the cheerfulness and harmony of the teaching process become a catalyst toward the achievement of the planned lesson objective. In addition, I think that skill in the teaching process by teachers supported by innovation become the main basis. Innovation can be understood as something created and produced by creative individual by using their imagination and thinking to produce something new. I also think that differentiated instruction can help create a more inclusive learning environment. When students feel like they are supported and challenged in the right way, they are more likely to feel confident and engaged in the learning process. This can lead to a more positive and productive classroom environment for everyone.
That's awesome. So from your view, I assure that if parents can lend their hands to work along with the teachers or lecturers in differentiated instructions, I'm sure that we can mold students with a bright future. So what's your opinion on inclusive learning, Mr. Sharif?
In my opinion, inclusive education focuses on the inclusion of students with special needs in this normal school. I think that the goal is to give the student the opportunity to achieve teaching and learning and participate in all activities that are available at school together with normal students, as well as the further goal of ensuring the student with special needs can adapt from the very beginning to all aspects of society found in school and the local community, which they aim of making them more capable of being independent and becoming a member of society that contribute to various good things. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Sharif. Glad to have you here. So, according to your views, I can clearly understand that differentiated instruction supports academic growth by providing targeted invention and extension. By identifying students' specific needs and challenging them appropriately, teachers can ensure that all the learners are making progress. In conclusion, differentiated instruction is a valuable approach for creating an inclusive classroom where all the students can thrive. It promotes engagement, fosters a sense of belongings, and support academic growth. By implementing this instructional strategy effectively, educators can help every student to reach their full potentials. Thank you so much for attending today's forum and spend your valuable time to share your views and thoughts. Thank you so much. Have a great day. Bye.
Thank you so much. Bye.
Thank you.
Thank
Thank you.